age should one get married? So it's a fascinating shaila. If you ask anyone, they'll all quote the Mishnah in Pirkei Avos, Ben Shmonas Ve'Lachopa. At 18, one gets married. That's the Mishnah. The famous Mishnah talks about at 5, one starts learning Tanakh. At 10, one learns Mishnah. At 15, one learns a Gemara. Big question, how does that apply today? And Shmonas Ve'Lachopa. At 18, one gets married. Baruch Hashem. Summertime's the wedding season, up till at least the 3 weeks, coming up soon. Yes, Hashem, 3 weeks will be a time of Simcha and Sason as well. Enjoy for Klal Yisrael. We'll have the Mikdash back. So this is wedding time in Klal Yisrael. So it's a simple question. People get married at 22, 23, 24, 25. We don't have too many people getting married at 18. And interestingly enough, in Shulchan Aruch Even Ezra Siman Aleph, it says really the mitzvah is to get married at 18 and the mitzvah min hamuvcha is 13. And then he says, but if you don't get married at 13, don't get married at 18, at least by 20. And if after 20, the Beis Din will force you to get married. This is fascinating. So first of all, what's the story? A mitzvah should always be at 13. So you say, oh, we're immature. I don't know if hundreds of years ago people were so immature. I wouldn't be surprised if hundreds of years ago kids were out of 13 already working in the fields and being coppice and carrying on their father's business. They probably were a lot more mature and ready to get married than they are today at 13. But either way, halachically, how does it work? If it's supposed to be 13, then 13. Why 18? So the Beis Shmuel on the side of Shulchan Aruch writes that really should be 13, but we want the child to be able to learn. I don't think it had a maturity issue. I think back in the day they weren't mature enough. But they want to be able to learn. So 18, hopefully you have a few good years to learn till 18. And then at 18, Ben Shmonas Ve'Lachopa. But that's what Chazal thought. It's a good enough time to learn, get your base as a Talmid Chacham, and it's in terms of the person's tavas and desires. Hopefully that's the right time. Okay, but the person may not find someone immediately. It's not like just a lulav and putting up a mezuzah. So it gives you till 20. And then the Shulchan Aruch writes, and if you're steiging and learning nicely and you're focusing well on your learning, you could go ahead and delay it. So it turns out that really the time is 13. That could be delayed till 18. And then it could be delayed after that. Both times it could be delayed for learning. So it turns out, what does it mean? From 13 to 18, there's an assumption that people will be learning Torah and that you need till at least 18 till you become a Ben Torah, at least on a basic level. After that, there's a certain subjectivity. Person goes ahead and he's learning. He has his base for learning. And now he is going to go ahead and get married. Great. If he's a really serious steiger and he wants to continue, then he could go on for a few more years learning before he gets married. If he can't work a situation, we continue to learn and get married. And that's just not right for him yet. So it turns out 13 is really the mitzvah. That go on mitzvos. Chazal have a Masorah that 18. And that's built in for everyone that delay till 18 so you can learn. It's going to be Shmuel. And then from 18 is the time for everyone to get married. And then an individual can have a heta to extend it if he in fact needs to continue learning. And that extension could go on for a few years till he gets the base. He talks over this Rebbe about when is a good time. Am I enough for Talmid Chacham? Now I should get married. That's a subjective limit. So 13, 18 is more the objective extended time. And 18 and on is the subjective, depending on each person and where he is at in his growth and his learning maturity, etc. Shalom. We should just have smachot.